I've had eczema my whole life. You know, scratching in the crib, bloody crib. My skin quality was just getting worse, much drier the whole time. After showers, I found myself having to put more and more moisturizers on. It was just getting worse and worse and worse until finally something kind of clicked and it started getting progressively worse, like accelerated. My skin just burned. My face was red. My entire body was red. Just brutal pain. Like crying, like at night, just brutal. A shower was painful. My scalp was getting really itchy, super flaky. Just getting these random red spots, that would not go away no matter if I put steroid on them, no matter what it was. Super dry. After every single shower, I'd have to cover myself in moisturizers, and these are all pharmaceutical moisturizers. I tried coconut oil, didn't help. And so yeah, just super abrasive, super sensitive to the touch even, in certain areas. Clothing was just super uncomfortable. As soon as I broke a sweat, stung more, like just brutal stinging. Trying to play hockey with that, I would take off my helmet and immediately it was like my head was on fire. I had to just tear into my head scratching it. And of course there's flakes coming out, like snow. My face, above my eyebrows constantly flaking. I had these huge lumps in the corners of my scalp that were constantly flaking off, and like raw skin. I'd have a lump here that would never go away. Then I would get stuff on my neck, really bad on my neck. Then it was underarms here, all down my sides, just, these red marks and everything, red circular marks, all around my back. My entire back was just red, with these like red circles that just itched unbelievably. I've never felt anything like that in my life. I can't imagine, it was unbearable. I was ready to end it all. I was like, if this is going to continue, I'm not living life. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to go through this. But I knew, but there's a way through it. If people can cure themselves of cancer, then there's got to be a cure for eczema. I was like, I'm going to find it. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how much money I have to spend. I don't care what I have to do. I'm living, and I'm gonna have a good life. Yeah. So up to that point, I'd gone to a normal pharmaceutical dermatologist, and they were like, "Yeah, there's no cure for eczema. The best we can really do for you is give you a steroid." Always tired, no energy after work. My girlfriend was like, "What's wrong with you? You always just want to get home and just go immediately to sleep." And I was just like, "I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel terrible, but I don't see how that would. My skin feels terrible. I don't see why that would affect my sleep, but." My body's not recovering. It's not doing what it needs to do. I just went online and I searched up homeopathic doctors in the area. Yours came up. I looked at your website. I looked at the program, and I was like, screw it. At this point, I'll try anything. I literally would try anything. I could start seeing my skin glistening again. Like there was actually like some moisture there, and I was in the sun. I was like, whoa, I haven't seen that since I was 12. Even that. I hadn't been in a pool in 6 years, and the last time I had been in a pool, I had to cover myself in Vaseline to keep my skin from drying out. And so I was like, wow, look at that. Like, I feel good. My skin feels strong. It feels tight. My no more acne. The eczema on my face is just falling away. It's going away. 6 months later, here I am, virtually no eczema. On top of the world. I feel insane. I haven't felt like this since, I don't know, like sophomore year of high school, where I was, more energy than I can handle. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, bing, I'm ready to go. I go to the gym, every workout's killer. At work, I'm on top of my game at work. My sleep is on, my libido's better. I feel insane. So yeah, it's crazy. Now I have the confidence and the drive. I feel like me again, feel like young me again, walking around, and I feel like a man now. Before I felt like just this crippled, pathetic, piece of meat walking around like a zombie, dead, and afraid to go out in public because my skin was so bad. Couldn't go to the gym because it was just too painful. My allergies too are almost gone. All my seasonal allergies that I used to have, like during the fall, I'd constantly have a runny nose, be sneezing, gone. This spring, no allergies. Summer, no allergies. Barely have to blow my nose ever.
Wow.
Crazy. I really wish I could go back to that dermatologist and tell her, I know you told me there's no cure for eczema, but I've pretty much cured my eczema. and this is how I did it. And she would be like, wow, you know, like, what? That's crazy. Obviously, you can't really do that, but if I could, if I saw her on the street, I certainly would. She was a lovely lady. She was awesome. She really felt like, I really felt like she wanted, you know, the best for me, but she just didn't have the tools or, you know, the knowledge to do so. Well, at first it was very daunting, you know, because I was like, wow, you know, this isn't a cheap program. Is it really going to work? You know, am I really ready to go through all that work, you know, to really limit myself in certain areas, you know. And at the end of the day, I felt so terrible. I was like, yes, yes, it's a no-brainer, you know. Like, if you're at that point, don't be afraid to say yes and do it. Spend the money, do the work on yourself. It's self-love. At the end of it, you're going to feel like a totally different person, and it's 100% worth it.